I am now going to turn it over to Paul.
As you know, most of you, when you're looking for a service, you're going to Google and you're searching, whether that be on your phone or on the internet, and how your listing appears on the Chamber website, and not only there, but also other websites across the internet, really makes a difference in how you come up in the search engines. So I'm going to talk a little bit specifically about what you can do on the Chamber website, and also what you can do on other websites to boost your local listing. So that being said, the name, address, and phone number is the first piece. So you have your business name, your business address, and business phone number. And the way Google looks at that information, and they put that together to rank where your local listing comes up in the search engines, where the little push pins come up when somebody searches for something, the preciseness and exactness of that information across every single possible instance of it, all the way across the internet, makes a huge difference in how that comes up in the search engines. So for example, if your business name is Awesome Dynamic, or Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions, or Awesome Dynamic Tech Solutions Incorporated, all those are three different versions of my business name. I want to make sure that that information is 100% exactly consistent across every single instance of it across the internet, including the Chamber website. Okay? Address also matters. So if you're at, let's see, 123 North Stewart Street, is that 123 North N period Stewart ST period? Is it North spelled out Stewart ST period? Is that N without a period Street or Stewart ST without a period? Every single revision of that dilutes the power of Google listing you in the search engine. Not only on the mobile phones, but also on the local search results that you get when you search for things. So when you're taking a look at that information, not only does it have to be consistent on your own personal website or your own business website, you want to make sure that it's also exactly the same on your listing on the Chamber website. You also want to make sure that all those things match your Google Plus listing. And I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail in a little bit. So the phone number is also very important. So in the SEO industry, we use NAP, which stands for name, address, and phone number. So it's the name of the business, the address of the business, and the phone number of the business has to be 100% consistent. You have some people use dashes between their phone numbers. Some people use little parentheses around the area code. Some people use dots between the sets of numbers. All those things matter a lot. Okay, that if you don't have those things consistent across the board, it makes a big difference in how you rank. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a little piece that says account settings, and you drop that down and then you choose company information. It's a second item on that drop-down. And when you get to that page, you'll see the overall profile completion. Not only do I have my name, address, and phone number in there, you'll look under the MapPin information. We have point of interest category, point of interest subcategory, and the map link. And the website information, we have a few different areas. There's the at least one social network. If you are connected in any way across Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, anywhere else. Right now they offer 4 in there. We're going to talk to them about adding some more. You want to make sure you get those links in there because those are going to flow through to the Chamber website on those links that are underneath your address there. Results summary. The results summary and the description are basically a long description and a short description of your business. A lot of people, all they do is they take whatever's on their about page on their website and just paste it in there. Okay, I'm done with that. But what you really need to think about, if somebody's coming to your listing and they're taking a look at your business, why should they pick you over all your competitors that are listed right there on the page? You want to compel them to contact you. You want to list why should they contact you over anyone else that's out there. You know, for me, I focus on customer service because a lot of people who are in the SEO and website design industry aren't really good at customer service. So I kind of, focus on that as our expertise. But you also want to make sure from Google's standpoint, what they look for nowadays, and they're harping on even more with their revisions to their algorithm and how they rank things, they're looking for very unique content that's different from place to place. So if you're just copying something and pasting it all over the web, that's not doing you any good anymore. They have their algorithm actually crawls all the text and sees if it's the same or if it's different. If it's the same, you're not doing yourself any favors. So on the Chamber website, don't just take what's on your about page and just and paste it on there. Come up with something that's compelling, that motivates the person to want to contact you, because it's supposed to be a lead generation tool. And also make sure it's a little bit different than what you have on your website. And that could be a few words. You don't just flip sentences around. Really rewrite what you have and make sure it's high quality and it motivates the person to contact you. Also, take a look at it from the perspective of when you look for things on the internet, how do you want to consume that information? Do you want to read paragraphs of information about this business, or do you want to quickly find out what they do and if they're the right fit for you? So that being said, if you have multiple different services, bullet point those out. So instead of in your about section, instead of having that just be paragraphs of information, bullet point some of the different things that you do and why you're better than everyone else that does it in the community. The other interesting thing that Chambermaster offers that a lot of other citation websites don't have, and I'm going to talk about citation websites in a minute, is that they offer the ability to backlink certain words to your website. So in the example of canals, they had different words that related to the different dealerships that they have in the area, right? In the example of cap builders, he had about builders and something else. There's a huge opportunity right there to use different keywords that relate to what people might search for you and have those words linked to the related page on your site. That is the best way to utilize that area. So this pertains exactly to this sheet, and you'll notice that there's organizational info and website information, the top two items right here and here, okay? So NAP, we've talked about your website URL. The best way you can list your website URL is with http://www.domain.com/. Okay? If you can go to your domain without the W's and with the W's, talk to your web developer and have them fix it. Because right now Google sees two copies of your website, one with W's and one without. So get that fixed. Website information. All social networks available. The detailed description for Chambermaster allows 1,600 characters. Results summary, it's basically a shortened version of your detailed area, and it gives you 200 characters. So think about how you're going to get somebody to click on your listing in those search results in the Chambermaster website in 200 characters or less. Hours of operation. Even if, like my business, I run out of my home, and I have 10 employees that work out of their homes, but my hours of operation are 8 to 5. But I do business later, I do it earlier, but having something there versus nothing is better. So put something there. If it doesn't apply to you, put something there. Driving directions. Again, if there's a field to fill out, fill it out. Additional bulleted description, and this is where I put the very important. Very important is those different links that for the bullet points that you can use your keywords to link to those specific pages on your website. That's what's called a backlink in the area of SEO, okay? And a backlink is like a vote from another website to your website for those words. The more backlinks you have across the internet for particular keywords, the higher your website gets ranked for those keywords, okay? So that's like a huge thing that most citation websites don't offer. It's really important. Keywords. In the Chambermaster setup here, they offer 20 different keywords. Fill them all up. Okay, so we have the map info and photos. Okay, choose point of interest category and subcategory. Now, their categories on Chambermaster aren't very robust compared to a lot of other citation websites I've been to, but I still picked something that was as close as possible to me. Again, having it filled out versus not filled out is important. And then I think there's like a little checkbox to make your address show up on the map. Photos. We're going to ask Chambermaster, Joanna, to make it 300 by 450 so it fills up that box nicely. Use captions to enhance the SEO value. In the area where you can upload the pictures, don't just put the pictures in there, describe what's in the pictures. In fact, when you're describing the pictures, use the keywords that relate to your business in those descriptions. The more instances of your keyword, whether it's on the Chambermaster website or Lake Forest Chamber website or on your own website, the idea that you are repetitious with your keywords in the right way is really important. And to that end, when you're saving your picture, don't just take a picture with your iPhone and it names it IMG0025. That means nothing to Google. Why not rename the picture to say physical therapist in Lake Forest? It gives you another shot at that word in the search engines. Name images with keywords, just cover that. There's an area to add the logo. Again, fill in everything possible. There's an area to add the logo. I think it's 150 by 50 pixels, 150 wide by 50 tall. And then add video. If you have video, Bruce is going to get into a lot more details on the video after I'm done with this piece. But that's important to have video, and I'm going to let him talk about why instead of me. Okay, so where do we start? This is a slide out of my normal local listing type thing, but it's important stuff to think about. The idea behind getting this listing really robust on the chamber website is to the end that we want them to get to your website and eventually contact you. It's all about lead generation, getting new customers to come in, getting them to find you. So when they click on this listing and actually go to your website, let's say they choose to do that instead of call you with the phone number, when they get to your website, is your website doing a great job at getting them to want to call you? Do you have clear call to action? Are your services described in a compelling way? Do you use bullet points instead of paragraphs to describe? So same kind of things that I've been talking about the listing are those same types of things happening on your website. Is the phone number very apparent on your website? Now, getting back to the Google Plus local, Google Plus isn't some social network that's supposed to kick Facebook out. That's not what they're using it for. What they're using it for is to produce those little results that show up when you search for things on your phone and on the internet. For most businesses, it's a little red push pin. I'm going to show some examples of that pretty soon. And eventually, they're talking by the end of 2014, it's going to be this carousel, which is true for restaurants and hotels right now. But everything must match the Google Plus local listing. We've done one for Forest Bluff School in this room. And I think we're in the process of doing one for the chamber. And we were talking a little bit with Peg and company here, Peg, about doing one for them. But that Google Plus local listing is so important because that's how you influence what's in the Google map. That's how Google uses that information to produce the navigation how to get to your location. You can actually control where that pushpin shows up on the map. In fact, we had to do that for Forest Bluff, and in addition, we had to edit the map so this way people didn't think they could drive across the train tracks where there was no road because it was in the wrong spot. So we fixed all that for them, and then people can get to it in the right way. But once you get that claimed and optimized just means filling it out completely, right? Once you get all that stuff done with the Google Plus local, everything else on the website, on your website, the Chamber Master website, your Facebook page, your Pinterest page, your LinkedIn page, your Manta page, your City Search page, and there's 8,000 different sites that we know of that we can put name, address, and phone number, all needs to match the Google Plus local listing. Why Google? 86% of the market in the United States uses Google to find stuff. All right, so that's why we focus on them. And then once citations. So when we take a look, you get your Google Plus listing there, and when I say get everything else to match, that everything else is the chamber website. It counts as what we call a citation, an instance of your name, address, and phone number in some directory listing. Your Facebook page counts as a citation, your name, address, and phone number in some directory listing. Any instance of your phone number, your address, and your business name in some directory listing counts as a citation, and they all need to match your Google Plus listing 100%. So after you get your Google Plus listing done, then you get all your other listings to match that. And then good things start happening. Positive reviews. I just talked with Dimitri from the Shanty last night about in Wadsworth about a bad review he had on his Amazon. We help people sell stuff on Amazon. Somebody said that they had a review on there about they ordered a white cap, but they got an off-white cap instead. He doesn't sell hats or caps. He sells olive oil. So we called Amazon and proactively asked them to remove the review. We did something for Lynn was that last week or the week before? At Forest Bluff School, somebody put a bad review on greatschools.org or .com about how they release too many children every semester, and it just wasn't true. So part of the clause in their terms of service is if they list false information, so long as you can prove it, they'll remove the review. So we proactively got the bad review. But beyond that, let's say you can't remove the bad review. Make the person look crazy rather than let them make you look bad. Respond in a way that says, you know what? We don't even serve that dish. Or, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. What can we do to make it up for you? Make them look like they're nuts and get your happy customers to leave you positive reviews on there. So this way, people make decisions on that stuff, whether it's buying something on Amazon or looking for a local business for something or checking out which school they want to send their kid to. They make decisions on the reviews. I think it's something like 79% of people trust online reviews as much as word of mouth. All right, next slide. See if we can get a review thing on the chamber website, right? Is it delayed again? Oh no, it shut down. Let me just see what it says. Google, Bing, or Yahoo. That's the 86% of people using Google. You're going forward. Next slide. Okay, that's your percentages as of last December when I did this presentation in a different way for the Chamber Breakfast. But at that time, it was 86.3% was Google, people using that for a search engine to search for, using a generic search engine. Bing was at 7.3%, and everything else is just kind of not really being used anymore. Local SEO, Google Plus used to be what's called Google Places. How many of you have heard of Google Places? They keep changing the name. It was something else before that. All right, so this is an example of the different listings here. When you're looking at a page of search results, you have the ads up here and on the side, all right? I'm going to show you the percentages. You have organic listings. This is where those backlinks I'm talking about from the different features that I was talking about on the Chamber website, where it allows you to link back to your site for particular keywords. That influences where you show up in the organic or natural area. And the citations, along with those backlinks, control where you show up in the local area. And you'll see in the local area, we have different businesses with their phone numbers. Some people call the phone numbers right from here without even clicking through the site. And there's 7 positions there. That's called a 7-pack in our industry, the SEO industry, the 7-pack. There's 7 businesses that are up here. And if there's a lot of businesses that do what you do, there's only going to be 7 here. And the only way to get in there is get a lot of citations with 100% consistent name, address, and phone number. Okay, and getting reviews on there. That's why this stuff is important, and that's why I'm going over it. Next. Okay, so good anticipation, thank you. 30% of people click on the ads. That's where Google makes $96 billion a year, okay? And the rest of us click in the center area, which is where most of you probably click, and that's the organic and local area, all right? And the results, for organic results, the first click or the first position is like a 42% click-through ratio. Guess what it drops to for the second result? Anybody throw out a percentage? Goes from 42 to, Jess, no, she just said 12. 12% drops to 8%, drops to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm out of time. If you get all your citations, including the Chamber website, including your Google+, getting everything to match the way it's supposed to, magical things start happening. You start to dominate the page, meaning your Yelp page starts showing up, your Facebook page starts showing up, your Pinterest page starts showing up, your Google+ shows up, your website shows up, and sometimes they even combine. But that only happens when you clean up your citations and you do all these things that I was just talking about. I think we have Bruce up next. Oh, I wanted to show you what the carousel looks like. This is what it's going to look like. All those local results are going to come up here to the carousel. And they're saying that if you don't have reviews, you're not going to show up here at all. So it's important to start, not only get your Google+ claimed, but start getting reviews on it. And I think the next slide is Bruce. So Bruce is going to talk a little bit about the video.